Hello friends, this is Smita here and we are learning payroll in TallyPrime. This is second part of payroll in TallyPrime. See, payroll means salary. Salary, how to enter the salary transactions, how to calculate the salary, how to calculate the deductions, taxes and all, how to calculate the net salary. This can be done by using Excel, and it is also possible to enter every transaction and every calculation in Tally with automation process. So payroll process chart in Tally is first we have to create employee masters. In that we create employee category, employee group and different employees. In the second step, payroll masters needs to be created in which we create payroll units and attendance type or production type. The third process is creation of payroll pay heads and payroll vouchers, different types of vouchers. And lastly, we pass the attendance entry, payroll entry, and we check the reports, payroll reports. So out of which first two we have completed in session one, completed in session part one. We have created employee masters, that is employee group, employee category and employees. So here is a brief explanation or brief recap what we have done in the part 1 payroll. So we created 3 employees having code as E001, E002 and E003. Name of the employees are there and departments. And this is head office. So for us, employee category is head office. All these departments are employee groups and these are the employees. So while creating the employees, we have entered the details like date of joining, in which department he works, his personal general details like uh, blood group, his address, everything, and also the bank details, statutory details, that is PAN number, then PF number. Also, we have entered the passport number and all. So these things comes under employee master creation. Next, we created payroll masters. In that, we created the payroll units. Payroll units mean how to count the number of hours worked by any employee, how many hours he worked. So for that we have created 3 payroll units: hours, minutes. These are the simple payroll units, and one compound units we have created, that is hours of 60 minutes. So these are the payroll units we created in the earlier session part 1. Also we have created attendance type or production type. We have created present, absent, leave and overtime. These 4 attendance type we have created with their respective attendance type. If the employee remains absent, he will not get paid. So it is leave without pay. For present and leave, attendance will be marked as a present and the payment will be given for that day. OT means overtime. It is calculated on production. For extra, how many hours he is working, accordingly, whatever the per hour rate is decided for that particular employee, the amount of overtime will get calculated. So these two parts we have covered. Now in this part, we will go through third step, that is salary details. In that we will create different pay heads and payroll voucher types. So what is pay head? What is pay head? The salary components constituting pay structures are called pay heads. Or pay head can be an earning which is paid to an employee. So just like basic salary, HRA, traveling allowance, medical allowance, and other allowances, overtime, incentives, etc., are all the additions or paid to the employee. So these are the earnings for the employee. Some pay heads are the deductions. Suppose the that any employee has taken any advance salary. So in that case, or he has taken a loan from the company. In that case, some deductions has to be made. To deduct the amount, we need to create different pay heads. Also, we need to create pay heads for deducting the taxes. So different pay heads are created for deduction purpose. So the value of these pay heads could be either fixed or variable for each payroll period, and value of each pay head will be different one. It might be a variable or fixed one. So let's create different pay heads. In this session, we will learn the payhead creation of simple types of payhead. Those will be the earning for the employee. So in this session, we will create basic salary, HRA, that is house rent allowance, traveling allowance, overtime allowance, and incentive. So we will create the first regular payheads, and then we will create statutory payheads. Those are used for deduction, as well as some amounts get added to this employee's salary. So let's start with creating pay heads. So here is the, we can say here is the table how to create different pay heads, under which pay head we will create this pay heads, and the calculation type will be as per given information. So let's start creating basic salary. So how to create pay head? Open your tally, go to create, and here we have pay head option. We will create the first pay head, that is basic salary. Now the pay head type. Salary is what type of pay head. So let's understand all the options available in this. Bonus means extra income. We know, we have heard it is a Diwali bonus or any other bonus. So bonus means extra income apart from the regular salary. Deduction from employee, whether this pay head is added to the salary or deducted from the salary. So this is what the deduction from salary from employees. Earning for employee, basic salary, whether it is a earning or deduction. Then employee statutory deduction, as per the law, some amount get deducted. Means income tax is there, TDS gets deducted, or any other deductions like PF, gratuity get collected, but PF gets deducted. Say employees pension scheme is there, so some amounts get deducted as per the laws. So such type of pay heads come under employee statutory deduction. Employees other charges, some other charges are leveled to the any employee. In that case, this pay head should be selected, pay head type should be selected. Employee statutory contribution. If employee is contributing to any statutory regulations or as per statutory act, in that case, it will be contribution, employer's contribution for employees, PF and all. Gratuity is there. After retirement, the person gets a lump sum amount is known as the gratuity. So we have to select the pay head type only. Then loans and advances. The pay head we are creating, whether it is a loan or advance given to employee, or it is a reimbursement to employees. Reimbursement in the sense, many companies provide reimbursement to the employees. Means all the employees first spend money, and they just like traveling expenses, or it can be welfare expenses. They spend money from their own pocket, and then they submit all the bills to the company, and they get money refunded back. So that is known as the reimbursement. So whether it is a reimbursement or tax paid by employer on prerequisite, if it is a this type of is this pay head is the tax paid by the employer. So what type of pay head we are creating, accordingly we need to select the pay head type. So here for this basic salary, it is a earning for employees, so select earning for employees. Now income type, whether this income type will be fixed or variable. So it will be fixed while we can say while appointing that person, that employee, amount is get fixed, that is known as a monthly salary. So it is a fixed amount, and depending on his presentee, the amount of salary changes. So, but it is a fixed one. Now, for us, paying salary is direct expense, indirect expense, or what, or miscellaneous expense. So, salary is the indirect expense. So, select the group as indirect expense. Now, whether this pay head will affect to the net salary? Yes, this pay head will affect to the net salary because it will get added to the net salary. Name to be displayed in payslip. What name to be should appear on the payslip? Payslip is provided to the employee. Whatever the amount he received in the form of salary, all the whatever the different pay heads are used. So all the bifurcations are provided in the payslip. So this basic salary should appear in the pay slip, and if it needs to be appeared on the pay slip, under which column or what will be the column head for this pay head. So name to be displayed in pay slip will be basic salary. Next, use for gratuity calculation. Yes, basic salary is used for gratuity calculation. So I'm pressing yes. Now set alter income tax detail. No, at present we don't want to alter the income tax detail. If you press yes, it will ask what type of income tax components it is. So we don't want to focus on this. Our focus is on creating different pay heads, basic pay heads. So just press no over here. Then calculation type. How to calculate the basic salary for a month. Though it is fixed means it is while appointing a person, the person is appointed for like lump sum amount of salary. Lump sum in the sense fixed amount of salary. So he will receive the amount of salary. The whole amount of salary will be received only if he works for all the days. So, how to calculate the salary if that person remains absent? Then how to deduct the amount? How much it should get deducted? On what basis it should get deducted or added? Whatever. So calculation should be done as per different types of options available. As computation value, as per user defined value, flat rate, on attendance, on production. So we will create different pay heads using all the options over here. So at present for basic salary we are selecting this option on attendance. The number of days he remains in the office means he remains present, he will get paid for those days. So it is on attendance. Now attendance leave with pay, we will select these two are options, these two options are available, so we will select not available. But leave without pay, the number of days he remains absent, we will not get paid for those days. So leave without pay will be absent. Now calculation period. How to calculate daily, monthly, weekly, fortnightly. So what type of option or list of periods our company is following, you should have, you should select the same. So suppose we are offering salary on a monthly basis. So select month. Again, if it is a month, it will ask what type of month it is. As per calendar period, means every month has different number of days. Means some months have 30 days, some has 31 days, some has February has 28 or 29 days, depending on the leap year or regular year. So basis of calculation per day will be as per calendar period or user defined. You can define your own calendar. Means in each and every month we can have only 30 days. Like this we can calculate. Or user defined calendar type. You can select the type of calendar you are following. So at present we will select as per calendar period, which is a regular calendar period. And then amount should be rounded up or what. So if there is any paisa, whether you want to round it up, and if round it up, what type of method should be used for rounding? Downward, normal, or upward rounding. So select the option available. Otherwise, don't round up whatever the amount is there when in decimals will get entered. So rounding method. This is how we create basic salary pay head. So just press enter and press Y to accept or press enter key. So this is how we have created the first basic salary pay head. I have given a screenshot also for your easy reference. So this is pay head basic salary. We have created it under the pay head type earning for employee. It is a fixed type of income under indirect expenses. We will group them or we will enter through indirect expense group. It will affect the net salary. Name to be displayed on the payslip will be basic salary. Used for gratuity, yes, it will get used for calculation of gratuity. Set alter income tax detail at present, keep it no. Calculation type will be on attendance, and as we have created two types of attendance unit for attendance leave with pay, we will select no, not applicable. Leave without pay will be absent. Calculation period will be monthly basis and that too as per a calendar period. So this is the basic salary. Now the next, we will create HRA, house rent allowance. So this is HRA, house rent allowance. Again, this is earning for the employee. So many companies, many branded companies, many big companies provide rent amount to the employees. That is known as a house rent allowance. So it is always a earning for the employee. It gets added to the salary. Again, it is fixed. Generally, company provide a percentage. One fixed percent is provided to the employees. So generally, it is 40%, 20% of the basic salary. So it is fixed one. For us, for our company, it is indirect expense because it is for the people working in the office. Enter. Now it will affect the salary, net salary, yes. It will get added to the salary and it will definitely affect the net salary. And what should be appear as for in the payslip for HR house rent allowance, it should be HRA or you can have the whole name. So it is house rent allowance HRA. Used for calculation of gratuity, no, it is not used for calculation of gratuity. Only basic salary is used for calculation of gratuity. Set alter income tax detail, no. Keep it as no. Calculation type. Now, HRA will be based on, it will be dependent on the basic salary. It will be calculated as, for example, we will calculate 40% on the basic salary. Whatever the basic salary of the month is calculated, HRA will get calculated on that amount at the rate of 40%. So we need to compute the same. So to compute, as per compute value will be the calculation type. When you select this type, see the second part, second column or second window in the pay head creation, we get computation information. We need to fill up this information. Before that, it asks whether you want to round up the amount or not. So we are keeping it as it is. So select the option not applicable. Now, computation. How to compute? HRA will be calculated as 40% on basic salary. It means we need to compute it. Here we have the four options on deduction, current deduction total, current earning total, current subtotal, or on specified formula. Suppose we have different pay heads, we have entered different pay heads and we pay salary in the proper sequence. In the salary sheet, we have the proper sequence of all the pay heads. First, we have basic salary, then HRA, then DA, then TA, all these things. So suppose whatever the pay head we are creating, the amount should be calculated on current deduction. Means till now how much amount get deducted, based on that deducted amount we will calculate some percentage as a HRA or on current earnings. Till now, whatever the pay heads get added in the slip, the amount gets added, and on that we will calculate HRA at the rate of 40%, or subtotal. If subtotal, whatever the pay heads we have listed, some pay heads are addition, some pay heads are the deduction. So whatever the amount comes after addition and subtraction, till this pay head, whatever the amount comes, we will calculate 40% on it or on a specified formula. So better to have select this option on specified formula. Press enter. So it will ask what to add, what to deduct, what to subtract, multiply, whatever. So add which pay head? Basic pay head. Then again, if you want to add any other pay head, add it, divide by attendance, multiply with attendance, or subtract pay head. So at present, we need to compute HRA only on basic salary. So I will press end of the list. Now from 1st of April, we will calculate 40%, straight away 40% on basic salary. So there is no amount limit or salary limit up to which we will calculate this percent, or above that we will calculate the so and so percent. No. Each and every type of example we will take. This is the simple computation where just press enter. Slab will be whether you are adding percentage or value. So we will calculate the percentage 40%, and just press 40, just enter 40 and press enter. So from 1st of April, on specified formula means whatever the basic amounts, basic salary amount is, we will calculate 40% as the HRA. So in the next 2-3 years, if this percentage you want to change or modify the same, you give the next effective date. From that particular date, whatever changes you have made will get applied. So at present, we are calculating 40% on basic salary as HRA, and to give this computation information, we must provide this option, that calculation type, as a computed value. So press enter, press Ctrl A to save these things. I have given you the screenshot of HRA. Okay, the next one. Now we will create another pay head named as a traveling allowance. So traveling allowance will be each and every month the company will give employee as a amount as a traveling allowance. Each and every month it will differ. So it will be not a different, we can say each and every month we will give him a fixed amount as a salary, that is traveling allowance. So it will be on a flat rate. So create traveling allowance. Again, this is earning for the employee. It is fixed one. Every month we will give him a fixed amount of money as a traveling allowance. It will be a direct, indirect expense for us. It will affect the net salary. We will have a word traveling allowance or TA. Anything you can have. Suppose in this we will use the whole number, full name, allowance. Now, is this used for gratuity calculation? No, it will not be used in gratuity calculation. Whether you want to set or alter income tax details? No. Then calculation type. Here, it will be calculated as, we have used this computation for HRA. We have used this on attendance for basic salary. Now we will use this option, flat rate. We will define the salary structure of each and every employee, and for each and every employee we can provide a monthly traveling allowance of flat rate, whether he works for all the days or he remains absent for a 1 day or whatever, he will get a fixed amount as a traveling allowance. Now how it will get calculated? Flat rate will be on monthly basis. We will calculate everything on a monthly basis. And monthly will be obvious, it will be as per the calendar period. And if you want to round up the same, you can select the option from the available list. So I'm keeping it as it is. So this is traveling expenses. I have given a screenshot of this pay head also in the PPT. So this is traveling expenses. Next is overtime. If the employee works extra time apart from the regular hours, it is known as the overtime. So we will create a overtime as a pay head. Again, it will be a earning for employee. In this session, we are creating the pay heads as under the pay head type earning for employees. In the next session, in the next part, we will go through the statutory pay heads. Some of them will be addition, that is a contribution, or some of them will be the deduction also. So in this session, we are focusing more on earning type of pay heads, earning for the employees. Now this overtime will be fixed or it will be variable. Again, it will be fixed. A fixed amount of money per hour get fixed, and accordingly the number of hours that person works get multiplied, and total amount will appear in the net salary or salary sheet. So it will be a fixed amount. For us, it is a indirect expense. It will affect the net salary, yes. Name to be displayed on payslip over time, okay. Whether it is used for gratuity calculation, no. Then use alter income tax details, no. Calculation type. This is always important. For overtime, always select on production. And then when we select this option, it automatically opens the list of production types or attendance type. So it is overtime. Overtime will be hours of 60 minutes. Again, if you want to round up, select the option from the list and press Ctrl A to save this thing. So check the screenshot. I have given a screenshot for your reference. So overtime is a fixed type of income for the employee, and it will be calculated on production, that is on overtime. Next, pay head incentive. This will be another type of pay head. Earning for employees. Now it can be variable or fixed. It depends on the company whether it should be variable or a fixed one. So it is fixed or variable. You can have any type of income type for this, or while entering the data you can change the type of income for this particular pay head. So keeping it as variable, I have given a screenshot as fixed one. You try both of them. And then it is indirect expense. It will affect the net salary, yes. Name to appear on payslip. Incentive used for calculation of gratuity, no, it will not get calculated. Gratuity doesn't depend on the incentive. Set alter income tax details, no. Now calculation type, it will be what type of calculation type it will be. It will be always user defined value. While entering the salary amount, means this incentive amount, every time user can define the amount. So in the month, in one month it will be any amount, in other month it will be different amount. So it is dependent on user defined value, so it will not be fixed one. So if you want to make it fixed, you can select the option, otherwise you can select as a user defined value. Even if you select the income tax as fixed one, it allows you to change the value each and every month's salary payment. So it is as per user defined value, and enter. So this is how we have created the payroll pay head as a incentive. So in this session we have created all the pay head types. Those are income for the earning for the employees. So in the next session, we will create all the statutory pay heads. We need to create statutory pay heads as per the rules set by the IT department, by the government. So it is very important to be very careful while creating statutory pay heads. So let's stop over here. We will have another session, go through the first session, second session, and then third session will be used for creating pay heads of statutory nature. So let's stop over here. Thank you for the day. Thank you.